Welcome guys. Welcome to Cypress tutorials. This is your instructor Rahul Shetty. As title says, you will get scratch level explanations on each and every topic which we gonna learn from this course. First things first, what is Cypress? So Cypress is the next generation front-end automation testing tool built for the modern web applications. So we already know that there are many automation tools in the market like Selenium, QTP, Protractor, which are predominantly in use. Then why another automation tool called Cypress came into existence? So in a nutshell, there are some pain points we have with our existing automation set, right? Like synchronization issues and test will inconsistently fail due to not availability of element, and there are many issues. So Cypress came up with an architecture to address all those key pain points what we are currently facing with our automation tools. So let's try to understand what are the steps Cypress have taken to fix all those pain points. So first one, Cypress automatically wait for command and assertions before moving on. No more asynchronization errors. So basically, if you want to click on any link, how does it work? So it just tries to click, but if that link is disabled, let's say that after few seconds the link will get enabled, your existing test will generally fail, complaining that that is not in clickable mode. But whereas in Cypress, it intellectually check out for the state of this link. Okay, when it understands that it's already in disabled mode, then it will wait to check whether this will turn into enabled mode so that Cypress can click on it. So this intelligence is automatically taken care by Cypress. Now, if you want to achieve same in Selenium, you explicitly have to mention wait, saying that wait until that link got enabled or element is visible mode. But whereas in Cypress, when it tries to identify any link or button, if it's not found, it will go and check in the HTML that whether the link is in disabled state or it's not in visible mode. And if it's not in visible mode, it will check whether there are any animations loading on your browser. If it sees any animation loading icon, then it assumes that because of the loading, that link is not a still visible mode, and it will wait until that animation loading is done. So it will intelligently behave to identify the elements. Okay, again there is some timeout for each command. By default you have 4 seconds timeout. So Cypress does all this work in the 4 seconds. If it could not find the element in that particular 4 seconds, it failed. But in these 4 seconds, it has some intelligence to work on. And you can override the timeout to 10 or 20 seconds, which you will see in the coming lectures. Similarly, I will give you one more example. If your element is hidden, now let's say this is the checkbox I want to click, but if I open the drop down, this drop down is replacing that checkbox and made that checkbox hidden, right? So using the automation tools like Selenium or Protractor, now you cannot click on the checkbox. You will get failure saying element not interactable. But whereas in Cypress, it have an ability to force click on that checkbox by removing this pop-up element. That means the drop down here, right? It will close the drop down and it clicks on that. If you force that to click, there is one attribute which you need to set so that it force clicks on that by removing the top overlay objects like this. So this is the intelligence Cypress brought us. So that really helps us to solve few of our pain points what we face with our current automation tools. And next, ability to test edge test cases by mocking the server responses. So Cypress also have the ability to automate your network requests. Okay, so when we say front-end automation tool, we were in assumption that it helps only in automating your front-end UI. But with Cypress, you can also handle your API validations. So Cypress have an ability to listen what all API calls are being happening when you perform actions on your front-end browsers. So it can mock the response whatever you are getting from your API. Now for example, let me go to their official website Cypress, and if you try to log in, it's asking use GitHub or Google credentials. Okay, so these are external services. So Cypress is injecting external GitHub service so that when you click on this link, the details of your user ID and password were sent to GitHub servers, and GitHub gives the response back with authentication token, and with that you will be able to log in. Okay, that's how it happens in the backend. But let's assume that GitHub service is down. So when you click on this link, then you should get a message saying that GitHub service is down currently, please try later. So your developer have written code for this web application in such a way that whenever this service is failing with a 404 response, you will see an error message here. So how do you test this scenario? So in real time, we generally say that this is not right candidate for automation, because how can we control GitHub server? And we never know when they will be down, right? So how you can test from automation? It's not possible. But whereas in Cypress, you have the ability to manipulate and alter your network requests and responses. So from your code, instead of getting real response, you can inject mock response on your browser and make that environment ready that GitHub is getting failed, so that error message can display here. Okay, so it have an ability to stop the original response and inject fake response. So you can send a fake response of 404 so that will be rendered on the browser, and when your application detects that fake response, then it prints error message here, right? Saying that GitHub is down. So edge test cases, out of box testing can also be done with the Cypress. Okay, so how it supports network request and all, I will soon explain in my next lecture on Cypress architecture. And one more important thing, Cypress takes snapshots when your test run. This is very cool feature and you will really love this. I will just show a sample. In general, you will learn all this when we get deep dive into our lectures. Now, for example, I am running this test. Okay, so it completes the run. Thereafter, if you want to know what happened at each and every step after the test execution is done, you can clearly debug from this test runner. Let me show you. Now the test is executed and these are different commands. The Cypress, we have written a code to replicate these commands. Don't worry about this coding. We will do all this in our coming lectures. I'm just showing the benefits of it. If I want to type Bob in the name field, look at here. When I click on the get, it's clearly giving screenshot that this particular object is getting highlighted. And when I move to type command, it's highlighting with the red pin that something is typing there. So if you want to know what is typing there, it have before and after windows. So before it's nothing, and after it typed Bob. Concentrate that edit box. So it have taken screenshot before hitting that Cypress command and after hitting that Cypress command, so that you can see what happened for each and every step of your code with screenshots. This is automatically taken by Cypress, and you will really love once we start designing our test cases. Okay, so that's one of the great feature you have with Cypress, and also because of its architectural design. So the way Cypress is designed is whole different from any other automation tool. I will soon explain the architecture of Cypress versus Selenium in the next lecture, and you will understand how Cypress is able to do all these things like mocking the server responses, calling the network requests, automatically waiting for commands. You will soon understand that's all happening because of the way it architecturally designed. Next, view videos of your entire test execution. This is again the greatest feature. So Cypress have one component called dashboard where you can configure your tests to integrate with the dashboard. So once your test execution is done, you can watch the video of your each and every test in the dashboard. So automatically after test is completed, it will generate a video for each and every test. So this will really help us to debug and fix all the flaky things wherever we see in our test execution, isn't it? So all these are the unique and which only available in Cypress. There are few more features which I will eventually talk in my core concepts, because even if I tell now, you may not correlate and understand how exactly that is beneficial for us. So once we progress in lectures, we can understand on that. And also you should know that Cypress is built on Node.js runtime environment. You will get a package as a npm module. It's not like a jar. If any software is built on Java runtime environment, JRE, then it comes as a jar. But Cypress is built on Node runtime environment. So we will get Cypress as an npm module to download into our machine. Okay. As it is built on Node.js, obviously Cypress uses JavaScript to write the test cases. But don't worry, 90% of coding can be done using Cypress inbuilt commands only. And they are very easy to understand. Okay. So one last thing to show and give you the boosting that how Cypress is booming in the current tech industry. Basically, whoever downloads Cypress should be from their NPM official website, because Cypress only available as NPM module. So based upon the downloads from different places in the world, this NPM guys have created a trend like how Cypress is used by the software industry. So you can check out by typing Cypress, and look at here from last 6 months how the graph is increasing. So the download number is somewhere 250,000 in February, but it doubled in July. So every month the downloads are getting doubled across the world. So this proves that how Cypress is booming and how people are looking towards this tool. Okay, right. So in the next lecture, let's understand what is Cypress architecture and how different it is designed from Selenium. All right, thank you.